Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, while Bitcoin is bouncing from this critical area of support again, the price is just starting to potentially break out from this price pattern, which is revealing a new price target that we need to pay attention to. So I'll be talking about that in just a moment, alongside Ethereum now bouncing from this critical line of support, while the price of Solana is just about to break out and confirm this short-term bullish pattern, while the price of XRP is already starting to potentially break out above this short-term resistance. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, starting off on the weekly Bitcoin chart, and right now the price of Bitcoin is technically still within a larger bullish trend, also known as a bull market, because we are forming higher lows and higher highs on this weekly time frame, which is technically more of a bullish market, obviously not a bear market. And if we're taking a look at this 4-day Bitcoin chart, the super trend indicator is still sitting in the green, indicating a larger bullish trend. And if we're taking a look at this weekly Bitcoin chart, of course, we still technically have a bearish crossover, which did recently confirm in the weekly Bitcoin MACD, but as I've said recently here on the channel, that does not necessarily mean a massive crash in the price of Bitcoin. For example, a likely scenario could be a little bit more choppy sideways price action, considering the fact that we're not really seeing a lot of significant momentum on these larger timeframes in the price of Bitcoin as of right now. And so as we've seen over the last 1 to 2 months, the price is ultimately within a bit of a sideways price range, and that could likely continue potentially for the next couple of weeks, give or take, as a likely scenario, considering the lack in momentum, at least shown by the weekly Bitcoin MACD. And if we're taking a look at this weekly Bitcoin chart, of course, we still have a massive bearish divergence to continue to pay attention to, because we do have higher highs confirmed in the price of Bitcoin in the candle closes and lower highs confirmed in the weekly Bitcoin RSI. And so just keep these signals in mind, even though we are currently experiencing a short-term bounce and possibly a bit of a short-term breakout. Just keep in mind that at least on these weekly timeframes here, we're currently still showing a lack in momentum, or not really a lot of bullish momentum, at least on these larger timeframes. And so of course we can see short-term bullish moves like what we're seeing as of right now at the time of recording this video, and what we've seen previously in previous weekly candle closes. Obviously, we do see the occasional green week here and there, but that's not necessarily a massive amount of momentum towards the upside compared to, say, what we were seeing in November last year. And so that's still currently the situation on these larger timeframes. Not a lot has changed over the last 1 day. And if we're taking a look at this 8-hour Bitcoin chart as of recording this video, the price of Bitcoin is obviously experiencing a decent bounce again from this major area of support in the short term, sitting in between around 95,000 to 96,000. As I've been saying every day for over a week now on the channel, I've been saying expect a lot of support and a lot of buyers coming into play in between 95k to 96k, which is exactly been playing out as expected. But if we were to actually confirm candle closes confirming a break below around 95,000, in that case, the next important support is sitting in between around 92 to 93k approximately, but obviously 95 to 96k, at least as of right now, is still acting as support. And as for resistance, at the time of recording this video, it's possible we could find some resistance at close towards 99,000, around 98,500 to 99,000. But if we see a further move beyond 99,000 and especially breaking out above 100k, in that case, honestly, the next major area of resistance is sitting in between around 101,000 to 103,000. And beyond that area, we also have a significant area of resistance in between around 106,000 to 107,000. And so for the time being, the price of Bitcoin is still basically within a massive sideways price range, as we can see, chopping around sideways with these bullish and bearish movements within basically a massive range, a sideways range. And so it's possible we might end up seeing a little bit more of a bullish relief, perhaps up towards this next area of resistance. But then, as I always say, around these areas of resistance, expect the price to start struggling around these areas. So just keep that in mind. And just before talking about new price targets for the price of Bitcoin based on this pattern right here, first, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of any crypto, check out BTNext, which is the exchange that I trade on right now. First link below this video, and using that link, it'll take you to this page right here where you can claim some massive bonuses that are only available using that link simply just by trading crypto. So if you're trading crypto on BTNext using that link, you can get up to 35,000 USD USDT in a bonus, which goes into your account, which you can actually withdraw out of your account if you achieve that bonus right here just by trading crypto, or you could get other prizes like a Rolex or an Apple Vision Pro or an Apple MacBook, etc. A bunch of rewards here simply just by trading crypto. So if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well check this out. Once again, first link below this video. And also, in case you're wondering, Bitfinex is a no KYC exchange, which means you can access it from basically any country in the world without needing any KYC. But as always, check your local regulations when it comes to trading crypto. And getting back into this Bitcoin chart, which is on the 2-hour time frame. And as of recording this video, we are currently seeing a breakout in the price of Bitcoin above this descending line of resistance. And this is actually a technical price pattern known as a descending broadening wedge pattern, which obviously if we break out above resistance with confirmation, this is a bullish pattern. It can play out as a bullish pattern with a bullish price target. And the first price target for a pattern like this, a descending broadening wedge pattern, the first price target is simply the top of the wedge, which is sitting at around 99,500, 99.5k as the first price target. And then the secondary price target is measured like this, basically from the top of the wedge to the bottom of the wedge, and then measured that move over towards the breakout, as you can see, and that sets up a secondary price target at around 103,000, which is coming into play with this resistance. It's coming into confluence with this resistance, obviously in between 101,000 to 103,000. And in fact, as of recording this video, the price of Bitcoin just now confirmed a 2-hour candle close above that previous line of resistance, which is technically speaking one confirmation signal to actually confirm this breakout. So for example, an example of a trading strategy, not financial advice, but an example of a trading strategy when it comes to a price pattern and a price target like this is, for example, accumulating a small long position as of right now with this one confirmation confirming the breakout, confirming the price target, and then perhaps keeping a stop loss just below the point of invalidation, which by the way would be this point right here along this line, which is sitting at around 97.8k approximately. So in other words, if we start seeing candle closes, for example, back below around 97.8k, that would invalidate this breakout, invalidate the price target, and invalidate the pattern. So that would be the worst case scenario for a long position, basically taking a small loss and cutting losses there in order to avoid any further losses. That would be the worst case scenario. And then of course, the best case scenario would be if you enter some sort of long position here and then continue to trade the move towards the upside. And then usually when it comes to trades like that, I tend to take profits around obviously price targets for the trade and also points of resistance. I do take profits around key points of resistance when it comes to long positions. And so that's just an example of a trading strategy for the price of Bitcoin when it comes to a price pattern like this. And as always, not financial advice because I don't know your personal financial situation. I'm just simply revealing an easy, transparent trading strategy that I use many times here on the channel to make money in crypto. And once again, if you want to take any trades just like this, check out that link below this video to Bitfinex if you want to claim those massive rewards that are only available using that link. And with that being said, taking a look at the price of Ethereum on this weekly time frame, and as of right now, Ethereum is indeed bouncing from this massive ascending line of support, which is sitting at just above 2.6k. So obviously this is a good sign to see for Ethereum now that we're actually defending this line of support and not obviously breaking below the line of support. And if we're taking a look at this 3-day Ethereum chart, as of recording this video, the price of ETH is continuing a bit more of a short-term bounce beyond this previous 50% retracement level, acting as support at around 2,500. And if we were to actually break below around 2,500, we also have a lot of support at 2.3k and also in between 2,150 to 2.2k based on the golden pocket. And as for resistance, we could now find some resistance at around 2.8k approximately here in the shorter term. But if we can finally see a confirmed breakout above 2.8k, then in that case, we could likely move up towards at least 2.9k, but most likely up towards around 3.1k approximately based on previous support levels becoming new resistance. And also the price of ETH, along with a lot of the major altcoins out there, follows similar price action to what Bitcoin is doing. So if Bitcoin's having a short-term bullish breakout and experiencing a bit of a bounce in the short term, expect something similar for a lot of the major altcoin market, like Ethereum, for example, and a lot of the altcoins, which I'll cover in just a moment. And if we're taking a look at the price of Solana, looking at the 8-hour Solana chart, as of right now, the price of Solana is sitting on the very edge of a breakout here in the short term, possibly about to confirm a double bottom pattern, also known as a W pattern, which is of course a bullish reversal pattern if we first confirm the breakout. I want to make that clear, at least as of recording this video, we've not yet confirmed the breakout, but if, for example, we see an 8-hour candle close above $205, that is the level where we can finally start flipping at least a little bit more bullish again in the shorter term, rather than just expecting choppy sideways price action. And measuring out the technical price target for a breakout like this, for a double bottom pattern or a W pattern, if we first confirm the breakout above 205, that will set up a price target at around $220 to $221, basically right where the next resistance is coming into play. So this is all obviously in confluence with each other, resistance sitting right where this price target is sitting at. But I want to make this extra clear in case you're new to all of this. We first need to actually confirm the breakout with a candle close at least above $205. And then finally, if we can see that happen, and especially if we flip this previous resistance into new support, that isn't necessary, but that will just be extra confirmation. If that happens, then I would expect a continued relief up towards close towards around $220, and then around there expect the next resistance, potentially even just underneath 220 starting as resistance. And obviously if we confirm the breakout and then see a break back below the point of the breakout, below around 205, and especially if we break back below around 200 with candle closes below that level, then in that case obviously that would invalidate the breakout, invalidate the W pattern, and invalidate the price target. And as for support in that scenario, or if we just simply see a rejection here without breaking out, in that case I would expect a lot of support at close to $190 as we've seen previously, and more support in between 178 to 183. And if we're taking a look at the price of XRP on the daily time frame, as of recording this video, the price of XRP is attempting a short-term breakout above this area of resistance, but technically speaking this still needs to be confirmed with ideally a daily candle close above around $2.73, because we do have a lot of previous resistance in between around 258 to 273 based on multiple rejections in that area. But obviously if the price of XRP confirms a daily candle close above 273, and especially if we flip that area into new support with forming some sort of higher low in the price chart, that would actually be an invalidation signal to invalidate this previous bearish divergence right here. So technically speaking, as of recording this video, this bearish divergence is still currently active because we've not yet confirmed an invalidation signal to invalidate the bearish divergence. But if we start forming a higher low, especially after first confirming a breakout above a key point of resistance, that is bullish price structure, which helps to invalidate the bearish divergence, obviously pointing towards potentially a continued bullish relief if we see that confirmation. And in that situation, the next resistance could potentially start at very close to $3, around $3 basically is the next resistance. And above that, we should expect more resistance at around close to $3.20, and significant resistance in between $3.30 to $3.40. And like I said earlier, a lot of the major altcoins, XRP included, will likely follow similar price action to Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin continues in the bullish direction in the short term, expect something similar for XRP, and vice versa. If Bitcoin invalidates that breakout and heads back to the downside, expect something similar for XRP. Obviously not the exact same, but something similar. And if we're taking a look at the price of Chainlink on the daily time frame, right now the price of Chainlink, just like a lot of the crypto market at the moment, as I just mentioned, is experiencing at least a slight bullish relief, but we're not yet breaking out above this key point of resistance, which, in case you're wondering, this resistance is really in between around $19.50 to $20 approximately. So we definitely need to see at least a daily candle close back above $20 in order to expect finally a continued bullish relief here in the short term, potentially up towards around $22, give or take, as the next point of resistance that I'll be watching. And above $22, I'd also be watching at around $23.80, so basically just underneath $24 as another point of resistance. But obviously in the meantime, we're still running into this point in between $19.50 $15 to $20 acting as resistance. And of course, support, we have a lot of support in between around $17.70 to $18. And technically speaking, the larger price structure here on the daily time frame is still technically bearish for the price of Chainlink, as we are forming lower highs and lower lows, and we've not yet confirmed any key breakouts above important points of resistance. So technically speaking, that is bearish price structure when it comes to the larger structure on this daily time frame. But of course, in the shorter term, just like I said throughout this video, Chainlink will likely follow similar price action to Bitcoin and a lot of the top major altcoins out there. So if a lot of the major crypto market is experiencing a bullish relief, expect something similar for Chainlink and vice versa. And once again, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of any crypto, check out the links below this video to those exchanges if you want to claim those extra bonuses. And if you want to actually know how to trade crypto for yourself, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.